I want to do something today that's a little bit different. If you don't know me, my name's William Poett. I've been an executive coach, a trainer, a guide for about 35 years. Today I want to talk about two things I don't talk a lot about. I want to talk about fear and I want to talk about faith. And I want to talk about how we can use these to really enhance and elevate our lives. Some of you who know me know that about a month ago I was working on a Sunday in my office and I lost my sight. Kind of a black film went over my eyes, and for a couple minutes I was completely blind. One of the scariest events of my life. Kind of stabilized. My eyes came back online, went to the hospital, and that began a wild ride into a place I've never known before. After lots and lots of tests, it turns out I have a leaking aortic valve, which is a fairly serious issue, and ironically, my level of fitness was actually able to kind of mask some of the symptoms. The point being, in the last month, I've been more scared than I've ever been in my life, and that's saying a lot. I was a martial artist professionally, skydiver, pilot. I've done lots and lots of scary things, but this is different. This is something that feels like it's out of my control. And being in this level of fear has really, it's done a couple things. One, it's really impacted my faith. It's not death I'm afraid of. I love God. I have a great relationship with God. And I know that there is something bigger and more beautiful beyond this. And so my faith has really been a countermeasure to my fear. And, you know, in the martial arts, we talk a lot about fear. Fear is in every human, and it serves a really valuable purpose. There's something we call the OS syndrome. So when something really scary goes, a gun goes off, and I don't care if you're a tier 1 special operator, if you're a military pilot, there's a blast of adrenaline, and that OS moment happens for everyone, but in the highly trained, it lasts for just a nanosecond. And then they go from OS into action, into positive action. If you think of Captain Sully Sullivan, you know, I fly little planes. He was flying a big plane out of LaGuardia. 180 souls on board, gets to about 2,000 feet, which is not very high, over New York. Bird strike, loses both of his engines. If there was ever an OS moment, that was it. And it clicked, and he went right into action. And because of his training, he saved his own life and the lives of 180 souls on that plane. I guess what I want to share with you guys, a couple things. Number one, I want every single one of you who watches this video, I want you to know how much you are loved, how deeply you are loved. If you got to see the sunrise this morning, if your heart is beating, if you're able to watch this, you are loved and you are blessed. And I want you to own that. I want that love of God to be the foundation for everything that happens in your life. And it's incredibly humbling. Trust me, as someone who is dealing with a scary heart issue, I don't know how to make my heart beat. I don't know how to make my body convert oxygen into carbon and energy. I don't know how to make the sun. I don't know how to do any of the things that really matter. These are all really deep blessings. And so you know, here's what I want you to hear. Fear is 100% normal. Those of us without fear are those of us without sanity. Fear is meant to activate us. Faith is meant to stabilize us. to recognize that there is something bigger. There is someone bigger guiding our steps, loving us, providing for us. And then what I want you to do, what I really want you to take away. So a couple of times in the hospital, when I could see the fear on Laura's, in her eyes, when I could see the fear in the doctors for me, the fear I felt wasn't being afraid of dying. It was a fear that I hadn't lived. It was a fear that I have more to do, more people to love, more people to serve. That's why I'm sharing with you guys today. I want you to know that I love you. I want you to know that fear is okay. And here's the really important thing. We were all born terminally ill. This heartbeat of mine and yours, it's a countdown clock. I'm 62 years young, and the good news is I feel amazing today. And the other good news is one day my countdown timer is going to stop. It could be tomorrow. It could be in 6 months. It could be in 60 years. None of us know. What I do know is we have today. And so we've got fear. Fear can ignite action. Faith is what stabilizes us. And then today, show up. Don't let fear paralyze you, because the OS moment, if it doesn't ignite action, it will paralyze you. And I had a client who, a couple weeks ago, 2 of his best friends, 35-year-olds, were killed in a car accident. And it breaks my heart to think about how much of their sacred heartbeats they wasted on anxiety, on fights, on foolishness, on stress, on giving energy to things that don't matter. When they could have loved, they could have served, they could have gifted someone, they could have done something positive to impact the world. And so that's really what I want you guys to hear. I don't know what is going to happen. And I know that there will be moments when something happens and it scares me. That fear triggers my faith. That faith lets me remember what I'm here for. I'm here to love. I'm here to love as big as I can, to love everybody. I'm here to create and experience joy. Joy in really simple things. Joy in a sunrise. You know, I'll tell you, after I lost my sight, even though it was just for a couple minutes, the next morning on the ranch, I got to see the sun come up and the grass was green, and flowers were blooming, and I had tears in my eyes. I get to love, I get to experience joy, I get to share joy, I get to serve. That's it. Stop doom scrolling, stop looking at the news. You know, is AI an angel or a demon? I believe it's an angel. At least today. That's all I got. And that's all I need. So thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. I hope you feel my love. I hope you know that if you are afraid, you're not alone. I'm here. You have family, you have friends, and you have a God that loves you and provides everything that you need. Your heartbeat, your breath, your vision, the sunrise, gravity, the shelter you have, the food you have, the clothing that you're wearing. These are all gifts. These are incredible blessings. And so don't let fear drag you down. Let fear ignite faith, find the love, and go out today and just please, please have some fun. Love somebody, do something good, serve one person. And if we get called home tonight, then we can meet God and maybe get a hug and a high five. And that's all I'm looking for. And if I get a chance to see you in person, and again, God willing, I still want to be here for another 60 years. If I go home tonight, I'm looking for that hug and high five. And I hope you guys do the same. So I'm William Poett. Thank you for sharing this time with me. It's okay to be afraid. Have faith and love. That's all I got. Thanks, guys.